Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. I wanted to do a video on things that happen on the test that where people make mistakes and how to make sure that you don't do that. But I want to be very thorough right from the beginning so that you guys just really take all of this in as best as possible and see if it's going to help or not. Okay, so at the beginning of any test, you're going to be in a car park. Okay, so inside the car park you can either be facing forward with your car or facing the other way with your car. Now, a lot of us driving schools, we like to face forward because it will make your life easier when you exit out. Okay, because you can see everything in front of you and you come out. When you're reversing out, it will make your life a little bit more difficult because you've got more things around you to look at. More things can go wrong. Okay, so if you are reversing out, you do not have to indicate left or right at all because your reversing lights do that job for you. Okay, so your reversing lights are showing everyone that you're reversing. So if you are facing forward, there is nothing that is communicating to anyone that you're going out at all. So you must indicate. If you're going left, you indicate left. If you're going right, you indicate right. At the beginning, Vic Roads will do a pre-drive check. Okay, so you're clicking the key so you can move, indicate and move things and do things in the car without the engine being on. Okay, so when you look at the car, it will be on a certain section. Now I'll insert clips amongst this so you'll know what I'm talking about. You're doing the pre-drive check. Right signal, left signal, turn on the light, high beam off, leave the light on. Water and wipers, washers and wipers, emergency hazard light, press that, turn it off, press the brake with your foot. Front demister, back demister, show the horn or beep the horn. Where's the handbrake? Point to it. We're good. Then they get in the car. When you're ready, start the engine and we're going to move off. So you must then start the engine physically, hear a rumbling sound. We're going to move off. If you're facing forward, indicate. If you're reversing, don't indicate. You're just reversing out slowly. Take your time, look everywhere. Now, one of the issues here is someone could not indicate. So if you don't indicate, that means that you've got your first critical error, unfortunately. So just by not indicating, exiting out, facing forward, that's your first critical error. All right, and then you've got to indicate out of the actual car park. If you don't indicate again, that's a second critical error, and that is a fail. All right, you got to look for pedestrians. At the edges of car parks, there's usually a pedestrian area. Wherever you're joining onto a road, there's usually a section where someone could walk. So be aware of that. Looking, really take care. All right, so that's the first section. And then for the next 10 minutes, you're going to be turning left and right around. So at the end of the road, turn left. You got to indicate in time. So about 2 to 3 houses back from the actual road that you're going onto. All right, don't indicate at the last moment. Indicate left, look to the corner there, follow the corner and follow the turn. And if you don't indicate at all, it's a critical error. Okay, so you must indicate left and right. If there's a dotted line before a roundabout or an area, you got to indicate before you enter the dotted line. Again, I'm going to insert little clips so you can know what I'm talking about. Alright, so some roundabouts have got a dotted area like this, you see? So don't come in and then indicate. That's too late, okay? Start indicating here, and your indicator should already be on when you enter. Alright, so when there's something like this, you need to already be indicating before you move through it. Alright? If you indicate after you've entered into an area, that's a late indicator or critical error. So just by not doing any of these things, you could fail already, basically. All right, and then there's roundabouts, make a U-turn, turn right, turn left, make a U-turn, whatever it is. With roundabouts, you must go around the roundabout, not across or through or anywhere like that. So some international drivers, they get confused about this. All right, so again, I'll insert some things here to help you out. You cannot go here. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Don't go diagonal. You can't go here. You have to go around. Everything is around. Straight is around. Right is around. U-turn around. So it's never across. Okay, never do that. Never, never. That's illegal. After 10 minutes, they'll pull you over. Now, within that 10 minutes, you would have done a reverse parallel park or a 3-point turn. Now, again, we're going to use that car for reverse parallel parking. You must indicate left straight away. We're using that car for reverse parallel parking. Indicate. Leave it on, leave it on, leave it on, leave it on, leave it on. It's on. And then you got to check your environment, etc. And then you do what you got to do. All right. If you don't indicate, you're not giving enough notice to the cars behind you as to what you're doing. Also, they might not give you enough space. So as soon as you indicate, you're saying what your intention is. We are using that car for reverse parallel parking. Indicate straight away. Okay, straight away. Because straight away you're telling people, hey, I'm doing this thing, give me space. Again, if you don't indicate, that's a critical error. You've got to be careful about this, you know? Okay. Some little kids have, I'm parked near a primary school and some little kids are looking at my car. Hello. And they just like the colour and the look of the car. That's cute. Anyway, and so when they ask you to do reverse parallel parking, you must indicate left as you're approaching the car. Pretty much do that as soon as they've told you. We're going to use that car for reverse parallel parking. Click, indicate straight away. Okay? Doesn't matter what's going on around. Still, indicate straight away, straight away. Communicate it. Or if you're going to do a 3-point turn, there's 2 options. So on this road, we're going to do a 3-point turn. Let's just say they've said that. So what you're going to do is either you'll use a driveway. Okay, so if you're using someone's driveway, you indicate right, you check your main mirror, you turn your head over your shoulder like this, and then you go up the driveway, pause, straighten the wheel, look all around, come back, make sure you don't lump either corner. Come back, then turn it, no indicator to the right. They used to say indicate right, but that's gone now. Look all around you, turn and come out. Make sure you're not hitting any edges or corners or anything. Another way you can do it is a curb to curb. So you can indicate left, look over your left shoulder, pull over to the left, a piece of land across another piece of land, pause, full turn right, indicate right, blind check, come forward, full turn left, come back, look all around you, center, make sure you can come out again, turn it, look all around you and exit. They used to have an indicator at the end there, but they've taken that away. Alright, that has to be done properly or else you can fail within those 2 things itself. Alright, so with the 3-point turn, there's 2 ways you can do it. Alright, one way, you'll be driving just like normal, and they're going to say, we're going to do a 3-point turn somewhere on this road. Indicate early, look for a driveway, okay? Find an empty one if you can. Alright, don't have one with a car in it. Alright, indicate right, check your main mirror and look over your right shoulder area, the blind check area here. Then come forward, just like you would as you were parking a car, right? Then pause, put it in reverse. Don't go anywhere, look around you, look both sides, make sure everything's good. Come back a bit in a straight line, then curve and constantly look around you, constantly, front, back, front, back. Come back enough that you can go forward, put it into drive, steer, no indicator necessary, and then come out and look all around you. Straighten up the car and go forward. So here you've got 1 indicator. Now this is the easier option. However, you've got another option. So you can do the second way. This is a bit more tricky. So this is where you're using 2 pieces of land or 2 curb grass areas. So this one, we're going to do a 3-point turn somewhere on this road. Driving, indicate left. Check your left shoulder, blind check. Pull to the left. Pause like you've parked your car. Pause here. Okay, full lock right, indicate right, blind check right. Go to the tip of the edge here. Make sure you don't hit. Alright, pause, put it in reverse. Look all around you 360, 360. Full lock left, come back. Enough space that you're able to come forward, all right? Then put it into drive, full lock right, no indicator necessary. Look to the left and come in here. Make sure you give yourself enough space and look all around you. 2 indicators here. Must check your blind spot here when you're coming out, and also check behind your back here when you're pulling over. So out of these 2 options, yes, this is easier, but some learners prefer this way. Either one is fine. Once you've done that, you've finished the first part, okay? Now they're checking, have you done enough mirrors? Are you looking at problem areas? Are you aware of hazards? Are you aware of pedestrians? Are you controlling the car properly? Is your speed up to date? Can you do one of these maneuvers? And then when you're ready, pull over to the left. So pull over to the curb. When you're ready, we're just going to calculate your first scores. Indicate left, look around you, pull over to the curb. Make sure you don't go up the curb. Don't go on the lumpy bit, stay on the flat bit. And don't have too much road either. You have to park the car onto the flat piece of curb, just away from where the water goes in the drain, the rain in the drain. Stay away from that midpoint and park like that. That's the end of stage 1. Make the car safe. Handbrake up, park it, and rest. All right, and just take a breather, take a moment. If you have water, this is a good moment to have some water and relax. Tell yourself good things, good thoughts. Then they'll say, that's fine. When you're ready, join the road again. We're continuing on. All right, so handbrake down, put it in drive. If you need to reverse somewhere, reverse. If you don't, you don't. Turn the wheel accordingly, indicate right, blind check, come out. If you don't indicate and blind check, you can fail right there. So be aware of that. They go, that's fine, we're going to move off, or we're going to join the road again. However they say it, means you got to handbrake down. Make sure the handbrake is properly down. Put it into drive, indicate right, check all your mirrors, blind check. If no car is coming and you feel safe, push and go forward. If you don't indicate and blind check, you could fail. So whenever you're leaving the curb, indicate and blind check. Indicate and blind check. I said that funny. Actually, everyone should be doing this in society, but they get lazy and they stop doing the right things, unfortunately. And now they're taking you to the big road. Now what's going to happen here is you're going to do a bunch of lane changes. So as you're driving along onto a multi-lane road, have a lot of awareness about your environment. So look at the main mirror often, always. Because a lot of learners, or anyone really, does not look much. They're just looking straight. So have a big awareness of what's going on in the back and the front and all around. Vic roads, you will know when they want you to change lanes because they're going to have a handheld mirror and they're going to be looking at it often, and they're checking, can the learner lane change here? Is it possible? Okay, there's a possibility they can lane change here. When it's safe, move to the right lane when you're ready. So indicator should come on straight away. Click. Then make extra observations. So you should have been observing already, but then make extra observations, okay? And then you indicate, check around, blind check. Now, if they want to let you, then you can go across. Make sure all 4 tires are in the other lane before you turn off the indicator. Otherwise, you get another error. If they're not letting you, keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes you might have to drop pace or increase pace to make yourself be able to go into the other lane, okay? Don't drop too low and don't go too fast either. Sometimes when people are changing from one lane to another, they can speed, you know? So you just got to be aware of that. So don't speed when you're changing from lane to lane. Make sure all 4 tires are in the other lane. Once you're in the other lane, check your main mirror. Be like, okay, we're good. Also, if the left lane is ending or form 2 lanes, have a big awareness of the mirror because someone from the left lane could cut across and cut in front of your car. Any areas that there's going to be any type of merging or things, have a look. And if you're the one that needs to be merging, you need to indicate and blind check. So that's depending upon whether your lane is ending or not, if your lane is more narrow or not, if it says left lane ends or right lane ends or form one lane and you're in the lane that needs to form one lane. So all those things. Then they're coming up to some traffic lights. There could be arrow or no arrow. So if there's a green arrow, it means 100% you can go. And if there's no arrow, you have to give way first. So if there's a green arrow, you can go, but if you're turning, you must make it through the center part of the turn with it still being yellow arrow. If you're at the tip of the end of the turn and it goes red arrow, you're still okay. But if it's red arrow and you're in the middle, you probably will fail there. Because by the time it turns fully red, other cars will be coming towards you, so we would have cut other cars' paths. Again, I will insert some things in to help you. What I'm talking about is just watch the choices here. So say you're turning right at a traffic light, there's a green arrow, okay? So you just gotta figure this out. If it's yellow further back from where that light is, and you're coming through and it's been yellow for a while, and then you're choosing to go yellow, yellow, red, that's fail. That's what you see a lot of society doing. And then 1, 2, it's green for the other cars, they start going. So that's when you've seen people block traffic from the other sides, because they have not respected the rules properly. So if it's green now, it's still green, all right? It's still green, you're good. If it goes yellow here, it's okay. If it's yellow still here, it's okay. If it's red when you're at the edge, it's okay. And then you've made it. Because when you're here, 2 seconds later, the other cars will release their green. So you're out of the way, so it's still fine. Ideally, you want it to be green, 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 yellow, yellow. You know what I mean? Or green the whole way. But that depends what's going on in the environment. So make sure it's not red when you're here, because that is fail. All right, so be aware of that. If there's no arrow, you must go to the middle, give way to all cars to your right, all pedestrians to your right too, and you are last. Sometimes I've had people who didn't understand this road rule properly or forgot or whatever and did not give way and therefore failed. All right, so the turning person is always last. So when it's green, you're going to come up to the sideways line. So give way to cars and pedestrians. Yep. Whether it's green, yellow or red, you choose when to go. Okay? So you're giving way to oncoming cars and pedestrians, and go. And Vic Roads is happy with you, no problems. Yep. So that car's going to go up. I want you to stay behind the thick line. Until they leave, I want you to take their spot. Yep. So when they've gone, if it's still green, take their place. All right? Push. Anyone coming? Any pedestrians? No. Into the left lane. So that's that. A bunch more lane change. Now you might see a stop sign as well. If you see a stop sign, come up to the line. Completely zero. Look at 0. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And then you look up and you check for cars. When you're ready, you come out. If you roll through that, that's an instant fail, non-negotiable. You might see a stop sign, okay? So you see a stop sign. Let's just say we're going straight. Come up to the thick line and stop. Go to 0. Completely 0, no moving. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Once you've done that, creep forward, look both sides, and when you're ready, continue. All right? If you're turning left or right, whatever you're doing, indicate. But you must do completely 0, and then 3 seconds, and then you're going to move, okay? This is very, very important, so make sure you do this. If there's a keep clear section on the road, don't have your tires on it if the traffic has stopped, or if for some reason a car is coming towards you, you need to stop. Don't put your tires inside the keep clear area, because that's another critical error. And make sure you don't cross any thick lines at the lights like you see society doing all the time. All right, so what else is there? It's going to be a bunch of roundabouts. When you're at roundabouts, you must be seeing the gap for yourself. Don't copy anyone next to you. Don't go with someone. That's wrong. That's fully wrong. So come forward, look to the right, and you go, should I go? No, I don't think I should go. Don't go. Alright, but if you think you should go, you have to trust. You have to say to yourself, yes, I should go. Okay, let's go. And if you're going, push, go. Don't dilly-dally around. But if you don't want to go, don't go. So this takes time to master. Yeah, practice is what you need to be doing. For roundabouts, roundabouts are complicated, so you know, you've got to figure this out. So you will have a bunch of roundabouts and a few more lane changes. And then that's pretty much all that happens. And then you're slowly heading over to Vic Roads. If you see a 40 sign with a circle on it, that's a permanent 40. Make sure you don't go over 40. If you see a roadworks sign, don't go over roadworks 40, because you're going to see everyone around you going over, and you're going to be feeling like the odd one out, and you're going to copy them, but unfortunately, you'll fail your test. If you're ever going over the speed limit, they give you 5 seconds to fix that. If you're going too low as well, you have to fix that. So you have to be aware of all the speed limits, be familiar with the area that you're going to test in, and at the end of the test, you're going to have to park the car either in a traditional style car park or like a diagonal slanted car park. So you have to know how to get in between the lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's pretty much all that happens on the test. Sometimes, yes, people get nervous, they make mistakes. You got to keep yourself cool on the test, as cool as possible, all right? Get enough training as necessary. Don't just fluke it, you know? Get training. Do repetitive things. Make sure that you're ready for this, and then you go ahead and you give it a go. Think very positive thoughts when you're out there doing your test. Think of things step by step. Every little thing they say, just perform that safely. Really, at the end of the day, is this person safe enough that I can give them their license or not? And if you are, they will, and if you're not, they won't. And that's it. All right, hope this video has helped you in some way, and have a great day. Bye.